पार्ट नहीं है, चलो ठीक है। So in the last lecture we had seen the register organization of 8086 and 80386. We had seen that 8086 is a 16-bit processor which has 16-bit of data line and 20-bit of address line. Then we had seen 80386 is how many bit processor? 80386
32 bit.
32 bits, correct. It is a 32-bit processor having 32-bit of address line, 32-bit of data line. Then we had seen that 8086 has 4 general purpose registers, which are those AX, BX, CX and DX. A for accumulator, B for base, C for counter and D for data. What was the size of all those 4 8086
16.
register? 16 bits. Can I use 8-bit higher, 8-bit lower as AH, AL, BH, BL, CH, CL, DH, DL? Can I use them like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we had seen that all those register, that is AX, BX, CX and DX, are called as EA, EB, EC and ED in 80386, where E stands for? E stands for?
Extended.
Correct, extended. Why? Because it is not 16-bit, but it is now extended to 32 bits, which are used as 16 bits higher, 16 bits lower. Along with that, we had seen that 8086 has 15-bit of flag register, where we had carry flag, auxiliary flag, parity flag, overflow flag, sign flag, zero flag, direction flag, interrupt flag, and trap flag. Whereas in 80386, the flag register is of 32 bits, where we have everything of 8086, but additionally we had virtual mode flag, we have resume flag, we have NT flag. Then we had, along with NT, we had IOPL. What was IOPL? Do you remember IOPL? IO privileged flag. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
And along with that, we had seen that if it is a resume flag, we have to use that RF resume flag with the debugging registers, and we had total 6 debugging register: DR0, DR1, DR2, DR3, DR4, DR6 and DR7. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we had also seen other registers like code segment, stack segment, data segment, extended segment, which are common with 8086, but 80386 has 2 extra segments, which is FS and GS. Then we had seen that 8086 has instruction pointer of 16 bits, but 80386 has EI, which is nothing but extended instruction pointer, which is of 32 bits. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we had seen an instruction format, that let it be any instruction which is given to the computer for execution. That instruction has a format, that means it has 2 parts. Which are those 2 parts? The opcode part and the operand part. Operand we also call sometimes as a address. So opcode will tell you what type of operation is to be performed, and operand will tell you that this operation is to be performed on which particular data. Whether the data is taken from the address, or it is directly data, or the data is in some register. Then we had seen the types of instruction. 3 address instructions where we read like this: add the contents of R3, R2 and save it in R1. Add the contents of A and B, store it in R1. Multiply the contents of R2 and R1, store the result in X. If it is a 2 address instruction, we used to read like this: add the contents of R2 with R1, store the result in R1. Move the contents of C into R2. Multiply the contents of R2 with R1 and store the result in R1. Do you remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we had a single address instruction where we have only single operand over here. So when I say add X, you have to add the contents of X with accumulator and store the result in accumulator. If I say store T, store the contents of accumulator in T. So whenever there is a single address instruction with this particular operand, we always make use of accumulator. Correct? Then we had
Yes.
seen instruction length, that whatever instruction we write, every instruction has some length. How do we decide that length? The length is decided based on the memory size, memory organization, memory transfer, and the memory transfer length. So we had done up till here, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt so far over here, up till here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we continue with the next part, that is addressing mode. Now, what is this addressing mode? See to it that you listen to this topic carefully, because you may get many MCQ if it is online exam, and you will get a compulsory question on this if it is an offline exam also. Okay, so this is a very important topic. So see to it that you understand this topic. Addressing mode. Addressing mode helps us to understand the types of operand and the way they are accessed while executing the instruction. Now, what is instruction made up of? It is made up of two things. Which are those two things? Opcode and operand. Do you know this? Yes? Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
इंस्ट्रक्शन इज मेड अप ऑफ टू थिंग्स, ऑपकोड एंड ऑपरेंड. ऑपकोड क्या है कि कौन सा ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म होने वाला है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ऑपकोड. ऑपरेंड क्या है कि वो ऑपरेशन किसके ऊपर परफॉर्म होगा, दैट इज व्हाट इज ऑपरेंड. ठीक है, तो अभी वी जस्ट सॉ कि अगर एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है या ऐसा इंस्ट्रक्शन है ऐड R1, B, तो R1 और B क्या है, R1 एंड B आर ऑपरेंड. एंड व्हाट इज ऐड? ऐड इज अ ऑपकोड. So what is opcode? Opcode means add, which will tell you what operation is to be performed. तो कौन सा ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करना है? एडिशन का. किस पे करना है ये ऑपरेशंस? दो रजिस्टर पे. कौन से दो रजिस्टर? एक जिसका नाम R1 है और दूसरा जिसका नाम B है. ठीक है, सो द फर्स्ट पार्ट इज ऑपकोड एंड द रिमेनिंग पार्ट इज ऑपरेंड. व्हाट इज ऑपरेंड? के कौन से चीज पे या कौन से वेरिएबल पे या कौन से रजिस्टर पे हमको ऑपरेशन करना है, और कौन सा ऑपरेशन करना है वो कौन बताएगा? ऑपकोड बताएगा. Am I clear up till here?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
if
ma'am.
this is so if this is an instruction add x, तो इसमें x क्या है? X is opcode or operand?
Operand.
Operand.
And add is
Opcode.
opcode. Store T. What is opcode?
Store.
What is operand?
T.
T. If the address, if an instruction is add R1, R2, R3, what is the operand?
R1, R2, R3.
Correct. What is R1, R2, R3 is operand. What is opcode?
Add.
Understood? So now if I give you the instruction, you can tell me which is operand, which is opcode. What is addressing mode telling? It is helping you to understand what type of operand and the way they are going to be accessed while executing the instruction. तो अगर मैं ये instruction execute कर रही हूँ add x, तो ये x कैसे access होगा वो कौन बताएगा? It would be told by addressing mode. When I am executing an instruction add R1, R2, तो ये R1, R2 आपके मेमोरी में से एक्सेस कैसे होंगे वो कौन बताएगा? एड्रेसिंग मोड. R1 का डेटा 2 है, R2 का डेटा 3 है, तो ये 2 और 3 एक्सेस कैसे होंगे वो कौन बताएगा? एड्रेसिंग मोड. इफ आई हैव इंस्ट्रक्शन मल्टीप्लाई R1, R2, तो R1 और R2 के कंटेंट्स मल्टीप्लाई करने के लिए एक्सेस कैसे होंगे वो कौन बताएगा? आपका एड्रेसिंग मोड. अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज एड्रेसिंग मोड?
Yes, ma'am.
तो जब जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शन है उसमें जो भी ऑपरेंड है वो एग्जीक्यूशन के टाइम पे कैसे एक्सेस किया जाएगा, दैट इज व्हाट विल बी टोल्ड यू बाय द एड्रेसिंग मोड. ठीक है, सो लेट अस सी वी हैव मेनी एड्रेसिंग मोड्स. फर्स्ट इज इमीडिएट एड्रेसिंग मोड, देन वी हैव डायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड, देन वी हैव रजिस्टर एड्रेसिंग, देन वी हैव रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट, then we have base plus index. Okay, so these are different types of addressing mode. हर एक का काम अलग अलग है, बट क्या है काम सबका कि आपका जो ऑपरेंड है वो कैसे एक्सेस होगा. सबका काम एक ही है, बट since we have different types, so they will be accessed in different types. Understanding? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us see what is immediate addressing. In this type of mode, immediate data is a part of instruction. Immediate data मतलब क्या? आपका जो भी data है, that will be the part of instruction. Transfer the source and immediate byte or word of data to the destination register or memory location. मतलब क्या, आपका जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शन है ना, इंस्ट्रक्शन में आपके ऑपकोड के बाद इमीडिएटली डेटा रहेगा. क्यों? बिकॉज इमीडिएट एड्रेसिंग क्या बोलता है? देयर विल बी इमीडिएट डेटा विच विल बी द पार्ट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन इटसेल्फ. अभी हमारे पास इंस्ट्रक्शन क्या है? एड R1, R2. इसमें डेटा आपको दिख रहा है क्या R1 और R2 में क्या है? नहीं है. आपको R1 एक्सेस करना पड़ेगा, फिर R1 का डेटा मिलेगा, R2 एक्सेस करना पड़ेगा, फिर R2 का डेटा मिलेगा. बट अगर मैंने यहाँ पे लिख दिया एड 2, 3, so do you have a data in the instruction itself?
Yes.
So if I have a data in the instruction itself, I call it as which type of addressing mode? Immediate addressing mode. Understanding?
Yes.
Let us look at example. When I say move AX, 2550H, what is this 2550H? It is a data. Where you have to move this data 2550, you have to move it in the register called as AX. What is this AX? It is 8086 ka accumulator general purpose register. Understanding?
Yes.
So what do we have in the instruction? We have a data directly in the instruction. If I replace this with add AX, 2550, मतलब क्या? Add the content 2550 with the contents of accumulator and store the result in accumulator. Understanding? Yes or no?
Ma'am.
Okay. So whenever you have a data, immediately as a part of instruction, we call it as a immediate addressing mode. Now move CX, 625. What is the 625? It is a data. Where I have to move the 625 into a general purpose register called as CX. CX stands for counter. Yes or no? C for counter. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So move the data 625 into CX. तो अगर CX में पहले 100 है तो अभी वो 100 निकल जाएगा और 625 स्टोर हो जाएगा. समझ में आया?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have one more example. Move BL, 40H. That means what? Load the data. Move 40H data, that is 40 data, into the register BL. Understanding? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I give you the instruction and if I tell you identify it is of which particular addressing mode, you should be able to do that. Why? Because whenever you have a data in an instruction itself, it is which type of addressing mode? A immediate addressing mode. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us go to next. We call it as direct addressing mode. In this type of addressing mode, a 16-bit memory address is directly specified in the instruction as a part of it. Memory address, हाँ? पहले क्या था? Data था. अभी क्या है? Direct में address है. So 16-bit का address is a part of the instruction. So see, move AX, 5000H. अभी ये 5000H क्या है? Data नहीं है. This is the memory location. अपने को 5000 मेमोरी लोकेशन में जाके उसमें जो डेटा है 22 उसको AX में मूव करना है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So in memory address is a part of the instruction. आपको वो मेमोरी एड्रेस में जाना है, मतलब सिस्टम जाएगा, मेमोरी में जो डेटा है वो डेटा निकाल के AX में मूव करेगा. तो AX इनिशियली खाली भी हो सकता है या उसमें कुछ और भी डेटा हो सकता है. तो जब भी ये इंस्ट्रक्शन आएगा तभी कंप्यूटर जाएगा 5000 में, 22 निकालेगा और 22 इधर डाल देगा, मूव कर देगा. अंडरस्टूड?
Yes,
मैम
ma'am.
डिफरेंशिएट कैसे करें कि मतलब ये एड्रेस है या डेटा है, कैसे पता चलेगा?
See, are you understanding the way of writing? क्या डिफरेंस है देखो दोनों में. Move AX, without bracket 2550H. Move AX into
अच्छा,
bracket
okay.
5000H. Understood?
Yes, मैम.
ठीक है. तो जैसे ये आ गया मतलब क्या है, एक मेमोरी लोकेशन हो गया, वो मेमोरी एड्रेस हो गया. तो आपको वो एड्रेस में जाके you have to extract the data. Whereas if it is like this means it is simply a data. You just have to take this data and move over here. This is not the address. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, understood immediate and direct?
Yes, ma'am.
Abhi if I replace this 5000 with 5001, what will be the content of AX?
33.
करेक्ट बिकॉज 5001 में क्या है 33 तो 5000 मूव नहीं होगा 5000 एड्रेस है वो एड्रेस में जो डेटा है वो मूव होगा व्हाई बिकॉज इट इज अ डायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड अंडरस्टैंडिंग
Yes, ma'am.
so if it is immediate we have a data if it is direct we have a address understood the difference in both
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
let us go to the next type of addressing called as register addressing now see transfer a copy of a byte or a word data में byte भी हो सकता है word भी हो सकता है ठीक है can be 1 bit can be 8 bit can be 16 bit data तो कितने भी bit का होगा what you have to do is you have to transfer that data from a source register or you have to transfer the data from memory location to another memory location or transfer the data from one source to destination ठीक है you have to transfer either from source to destination or transfer it from one memory location to another memory location now see the example move bx comma dx copy the contents of dx into bx move es comma ax copy the content of ax into es add al comma bh add the contents of bh into al now observe all the three instructions and tell me what was the difference from the previous instructions observe let it go wrong but just observe and tell me what the difference is or what difference you have observed let the difference be wrong but at least try
Ma'am, here both the operands are registered.
correct here both the operands are registered hence the name is register addressing either address or register hai either data or register hai so whenever you have two registers we consider it as a register addressing so copy the contents of dx register and put it in the bx register move the contents from ax register put it in the es register add the contents of bs register with al register and store the result in al register why store it in al because it is a two-line instruction. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever we have operands as two register, we consider it as a register addressing. अभी मैंने क्या बोला ये दो register हो सकते हैं नहीं तो दोनों भी memory locations भी हो सकते हैं. So I may have move 6000H, 7000H written like this. So at that time it will be also a register addressing. So it can be either both the registers or both the locations. So in case if it is like that, it is a register addressing. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am. Please repeat.
I put it in the chat box. If I have an instruction like this, add into square bracket 1000H, comma 2000H. H 2000. If I have an instruction like this, I can call this type of instruction also as register addressing. Why? Because either it can be two registers or it can be two memory locations. Okay. So move, add the contents which is there in 2000 memory location with the contents which are at the 1000 memory location and then store the result in the 1000H. Are you understanding? Now,
Ma'am, can it be one register and one memory location?
no.
Okay.
ठीक है either both the register or both the location.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है therefore it is called as register addressing. So for example अगर ये memory location है and now if I write the instruction like this add 5000H with 5001H, what will be the result?
Register addressing.
what will be the result? This is which type of addressing? Register addressing. दोनों memory location है. 5000H में क्या डेटा है? 22. 5001 में क्या डेटा है? 53. तो दोनों का ऐड होगा 55 में. 55 रिजल्ट आएगा, बट वो 55 स्टोर किधर होगा? 22 निकल जाएगा और 55 स्टोर होगा. अंडरस्टूड?
यस मैम.
ओके.
Yes, ma'am.
क्यों 22 निकल जाएगा? बिकॉज इट इज अ 2-line इंस्ट्रक्शन. So whatever was there previously will now be replaced with the new one. Understood? Register?
यस मैम.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We have next type of addressing which is called as register indirect. पहले जो था that was normal register, either 2 memory locations or 2 registers. What is register indirect? Again, it will transfer some data which may be bits or 16 bits, 8 bits, 2 bits, anything. Where it will transmit between register and memory location addressed by an index or base register. मतलब रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट का जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शन रहेगा उसमें क्या होना चाहिए? इंडेक्स रजिस्टर और बेस रजिस्टर होना ही चाहिए. तो आपके कितने इंडेक्स रजिस्टर है? 2. सोर्स इंडेक्स SI, डेस्टिनेशन सोर्स इंडेक्स SI, डेस्टिनेशन इंडेक्स DI. दीज आर व्हाट आर इंडेक्स रजिस्टर. और आपका बेस रजिस्टर कौन सा है? BX. B stands for base. A accumulator, B base, C counter, D data. BX. तो अगर आपके इंस्ट्रक्शन में BX है या SI और DI है तो वो कौन से टाइप का एड्रेसिंग मोड है? रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट. समझ में आया? यस.
मैम रिपीट करो ना एक बार प्लीज.
यस. इंस्ट्रक्शन में, कोई भी इंस्ट्रक्शन में अगर इंडेक्स रजिस्टर है या फिर बेस रजिस्टर है तो उसको हम कौन सा एड्रेसिंग मोड बोलेंगे? रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट. अभी इंडेक्स रजिस्टर कौन से है? 2. सोर्स इंडेक्स SI और डेस्टिनेशन इंडेक्स DI. बेस रजिस्टर कौन सा है? अपना BX. ABCD का BX. ओके. तो अगर इंस्ट्रक्शन में SI DI ने तो BX है तो वो कौन सा इंस्ट्रक्शन हो गया? या रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग मोड. समझा?
यस मैम.
ओके. लेट अस सी एग्जांपल. मूव SI, AX. तो SI, DI और BX ये तीनों में से कोई एक है क्या इंस्ट्रक्शन में?
यस मैम.
SI है. So move the contents of accumulator into source index register and store the result in source index. So since we have index register, we will call this instruction as a register indirect addressing mode. समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Let us take next example. Move AX, BX. SI, DI और BX ये तीनों में से कोई एक है क्या?
Yes.
No.
है ना? BX है ना?
Yes.
हाँ. That means it is which type of register indirect addressing?
Indirect.
Understood? अगर मैं replace कर दूँ move DI, AX, is it a register indirect?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. Why? Because we have DI. तो DI क्या है? Destination index. So if you have anything either SI, DI or BX into instruction, we will call it as a register indirect. समझ में आया?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let us go.
Ma'am, why do we write R after every register, X after every register?
अरे वो 8086 है ना? 16 bits. उसका नाम ही ऐसा है.
X मतलब 16
X
bits.
मतलब कुछ नहीं है. वो रजिस्टर का नाम ही ऐसा. X is divided into H and L, lower and higher. ऐसा.
क्यों मैम?
So that we can, if I want to use 16 bits, I will use AX. If I want to use lower 8 bits, I will use AL out of AX. If I want to use higher 8 bits, I will use AH out of AX. ऐसा.
Okay, ma'am.
मैम इधर
हाँ.
ये जो मूव AX BX है ये तो मेमोरी एड्रेसिंग भी हो सकता है ना? रजिस्टर एड्रेसिंग जो
Register
मतलब
addressing.
2 रजिस्टर्स रहते हैं आपने बोला था वो इसके पहले वाला.
ये वाला रजिस्टर एड्रेसिंग.
यस.
नहीं, रजिस्टर एड्रेसिंग हो सकता है बट रजिस्टर एड्रेसिंग में कौन सा? इनडायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग. ऐसा.
ओके मैम.
ओके. दोनों रजिस्टर है तो ये रजिस्टर तो है, रजिस्टर एड्रेसिंग तो है ही, बट उसमें कौन सा टाइप है? इनडायरेक्ट. क्यों?
इनडायरेक्ट है.
SI, BX और DI है इसलिए.
ओके मैम.
Okay. Let us go to next and the last, base plus index address register. अभी बेस मतलब क्या है, bx, और इंडेक्स कौन से है, si और di। तो हमने क्या किया है, बेस प्लस इंडेक्स रजिस्टर। So in this mode, address is formed by adding the contents of base register, that is bx bp, to the contents of index register, either si or di। ठीक है, तो move ax bx si, बेस प्लस इंडेक्स। बेस कौन सा है, bx, इंडेक्स कौन सा है, si। तो बेस में जो कंटेंट है, si में जो कंटेंट है, उसका हम टोटल निकालेंगे। So 1000 plus 2000 is 3000. Whatever is there in 3000h, we will move in ax. So 3000h में क्या है, 12, तो 12 किधर जाएगा, ax में। So base plus index को ऐड करना है, वो पर्टिकुलर मेमोरी लोकेशन पे जाके उसमें जो डेटा है वो ऐड करना है, तो ऐड करो, मूव करना है, मूव करो, सब्सट्रैक्ट करना है, सब्सट्रैक्ट करो। Therefore it is called as base plus with index। ठीक है, तो ये bx के जगह पे bp भी हो सकता है, बिकॉज bp इज ऑल्सो बेस पॉइंटर, वन ऑफ द बेस इंडेक्स, वन ऑफ द बेस रजिस्टर। si के जगह di भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि di इज ऑल्सो डेस्टिनेशन इंडेक्स रजिस्टर। सो यू हैव टू बेस रजिस्टर्स। कौन से है दो बेस रजिस्टर, bx और bp, एंड यू हैव टू इंडेक्स रजिस्टर si एंड di। अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
मैम
हाँ,
bx इंडेक्स रजिस्टर नहीं है ना?
कौन,
bx
bx
v?
bx
Bob.
bx
एक मिनट, चैट बॉक्स पे लिखो, मुझे समझ नहीं रहा है।
bx मैम bx
V ना, V for bx, bx is base register।
सो मैम वो रजिस्टर इंडेक्स में कैसे आता है?
रजिस्टर इंडेक्स में नहीं आया ना, रजिस्टर
Indirect, sorry,
इनडायरेक्ट।
indirect.
हाँ, रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट शुड हैव टू थिंग्स, विच टू थिंग्स, बेस एंड इंडेक्स। तो bx is base, bp is base, si is index, di is index।
तो मैम रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट में बीपी भी आ सकता है ना?
हाँ, bp भी आ सकता है, इधर bp भी आ सकता है।
ओके मैम।
ठीक है, आइदर si di bx bp, इधर bx bp और si di। फर्क इतना है कि बेस प्लस इंडेक्स में दोनों को ऐड करना है। इधर यू कैन डायरेक्टली यूज द लोकेशंस, बट हियर यू हैव टू ऐड द लोकेशंस। व्हाई? बिकॉज नेम ऑफ द एड्रेसिंग इज ओनली बेस प्लस इंडेक्स, सो यू हैव टू प्लस द बेस एंड द इंडेक्स। अंडरस्टैंडिंग? यस, आर यू ऑल देयर?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो what all register addressing modes, sorry, what all addressing modes did we study? Immediate addressing, जिसमें data instruction का पार्ट होगा। डायरेक्ट एड्रेसिंग, जिसमें मेमोरी लोकेशन आपका इंस्ट्रक्शन का पार्ट होगा। रजिस्टर एड्रेसिंग, जिसमें दोनों भी ऑपरेंड्स रजिस्टर होंगे। रजिस्टर इनडायरेक्ट, अगेन दोनों ऑपरेंड्स रजिस्टर होंगे, बट कौन से रजिस्टर, आइदर bx bp si और di। देन बेस प्लस इंडेक्स रजिस्टर, तो इसमें जो भी बेस रजिस्टर है आइदर bx bp, जो भी इंडेक्स रजिस्टर है आइदर si di, वो दोनों के कंटेंट्स को ऐड करना है आपको, वो मेमोरी लोकेशन पे जाना है और उधर जो भी डेटा है उसको यूज करना है। अंडरस्टूड? यस,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, let us now move to the next topic, RISC and CISC आर्किटेक्चर। अभी हमने क्या पढ़े, 8086 एक प्रोसेसर पढ़ा, 80386 भी एक प्रोसेसर पढ़ा। बोथ द प्रोसेसर्स वेर ऑफ इंटेल, विच आर नाउ नॉट यूज्ड। व्हाई? बिकॉज उनका स्पीड छोटा है, उनका साइज कम है, which does not meet to the latest configuration computers. So what are the other two types of architecture? It is either RISC or it is CISC. ठीक है, it is either called as RISC or it is called as CISC. What does RISC stands for? Reduced Instruction Set Computer. What does RISC stands for? Reduced Instruction Set Computer. Okay. What does CISC stands for? Complex Instruction Set Computers. Okay. R is for reduced and C is for complex. Okay. What are these two? These two are also a type of computer architectures. RISC stands for Reduced Instruction Set Computer and CISC stands for complex instruction set computers. Are you clear up till here? What is RISC and what is CISC? Full form of
Yes.
both?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us see what does their architecture talk about. RISC is a microprocessor, which means what? It is a processor, type of processor. जैसे 8086 पढ़ा, 80386 पढ़ा, वैसे RISC भी एक processor है. It is designed to perform smaller number of types of computer instructions. जो भी instruction small है, वो smaller instructions को execute करने के लिए we make use of RISC architecture. Okay, why is this RISC computer or RISC processor or microprocessor used? It is used for performing or executing the instructions which are of small in size. Okay, it can operate at a very high speed. Why can they operate at a very high speed? क्यों उनका speed?
Because it is small.
Yes, because the size of the instruction or the length of the instructions are smaller, therefore they can operate at a very high speed. क्यों? क्योंकि इंस्ट्रक्शन छोटे हैं तो जल्दी जल्दी एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएंगे, therefore they will not take much time, hence the speed is also more. कितना है speed? Speed is million instructions per second. So in 1 second it can execute million instructions, that is MIPS. How many instructions can be executed in 1 second? Million instructions. So they are so small that million such instructions can be executed in a second. Understanding?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
It reduces the cycle per instructions at the cost of number of instructions per program. What is the cycle? Any idea what is cycle? Now every instruction takes a cycle to complete. Okay, one clock cycle. Do you remember I had shown you a clock cycle? High and low. Do you remember that? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Give me a minute. I had drawn this and I had explained you. Still, I will do it again. After this, if you forget, I'm not going to do it. If you remember, I had explained you that every instruction which executes takes a cycle. This is cycle low. Sorry. This is cycle low. This is cycle high. Do you remember this square waveforms?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
हाँ, तो जब एक बार लो होके हाई होता है, that means it is completing one cycle. So this is your low and this is your high. So whenever it completes low high, that means one cycle is completed. Low high, another cycle completed. Low high, third cycle completed. So the cycles that will be taken to complete the instructions will also be less over here. Why? Because the instructions are very small. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why the cycles are reduced? Because the instructions are small, many instructions can be executed per second, and therefore the cycle taken will also be less. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the characteristics of RISC? Simple instructions. Instructions are very small and they will be very simple. Add 1, 2, multiply 2, 3, like that. Very simple instructions. So since the instructions are simple, they will be very easy to decode also. How much will be the size of instructions? The size of the instruction will be under 1 word. So 1 word is how many bytes? How many bits? 1 word is how many bits? ये भी नहीं मालूम?
8.
हाँ? 1 word is how many bits? Students, if you do not know this also, I do not know what you will write in your exam. अभी तक तो इतना पता होना चाहिए कि 1 word मतलब how many bits? Parth? Can you all hear me?
No, ma'am. Sorry. Even I don't know.
कैसे पास हो गया आप अगर ये कंडीशन है तो? How do you all give test? I don't understand. One byte is how many bits? 8.
8 bits.
8 bits. So
Eight.
one word is 16 bits. Do you remember this now?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. So कितना है risk का instruction का size? It is less than 16 bits. One word मतलब less than 16 bits. Under size of one word. Under size of one word means less than 16 bits. ठीक है? तो इतने छोटे इंस्ट्रक्शन है, इसलिए वो जल्दी एग्जीक्यूट होंगे, जल्दी डिकोड होंगे, उनको साइकिल्स भी कम लगेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि उनका साइज ही 16 बिट से कम है. अंडरस्टूड? दे मे टेक सिंगल क्लॉक साइकिल. सिंगल क्लॉक साइकिल मतलब एक लो और एक हाई. एक ही क्लॉक साइकिल में सारे एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएंगे, उतना कम टाइम लगेगा. ओके. देन मोर नंबर ऑफ जनरल पर्पस रजिस्टर. So instruction size is under one word. That means it is less than 16 bits. So since the size of the instruction is less, therefore it is going to take less time to execute. They will be very simple and the cycles will also be less. Okay. Then it will have more number of general purpose register. Why? Because we can have those many registers we can store the data. Okay. Then addressing modes will also be simple. Less data types and pipeline can be achieved. Pipeline means what? More than one execution of an instruction at the same time. Therefore, it is MIPS, millions of instructions in a second. So how is that million instructions in a second execution supported? It is supported through pipelining. Do you remember I had explained you pipelining? There's more than one wires through which the instructions will be traveling. And then they can be executed at the same time. Do you remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
So these
Yes,
are
ma'am.
the characteristics of RISC. Reduced instruction set computer. Reduce means small number of instructions which can be executed in a single clock cycles. And how many instructions? Million instructions per second. And what is the size of the instruction? It is less than 16 bytes, 16 bits. Okay. Now what is
Ma'am, it is 16 bits or less than 16 bits
less than under size? Under size means less than 16 bits.
of word, na?
Less than one word. Okay. Next is, what does this architecture consist of? It has 9 parts. ठीक है, जैसे 80386 में 3 parts थे. Do you remember? बस interface unit, CPU and MMU 3 units थे. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
वैसे वैसे ही RISC में how many units are there? 9 units are there. Out of which we have multiple data paths. Data path means, multiple data path means
Many data points.
many data bus with varying with the speed from 32 bits to 128 bits. So I may have a bus with 32 bits, I may have a bus with 64 bits, I may have a bus with 52 bits, I may have bus with 128 bits. Okay, so I have multiple data bus from which multiple type of data can be traveled. 32 bit का भी जा सकता है, 64 bit का भी जा सकता है, 120 bit का भी जा सकता है, 128 bit का भी जा सकता है. Okay, understanding multiple data path means?
Yes, ma'am.
Apart from this, I have other internal and external buses also. So data bus तो है ही, but उसके अलावा मेरे पास बहुत सारे address bus होंगे, बहुत सारे local IO bus होंगे. What is the size of those internal and external buses? It will be 32 bits. Okay. So I don't have only data bus, but I have address bus also. I will have control bus also. I will have special separate IO buses also for looking after the IO transfer. तो ये सब इंटरनल और एक्सटर्नल बसेस का साइज कितना होगा? 32 बिट्स. ओके. नेक्स्ट आई हैव अ इंस्ट्रक्शन कैश. व्हाट इज इंस्ट्रक्शन कैश? अ प्लेस वेयर ऑल द इंस्ट्रक्शंस विल बी स्टोर्ड अंटिल दे आर एग्जीक्यूटेड. डू यू रिमेंबर इंस्ट्रक्शन क्यू? 80386 का इंस्ट्रक्शन क्यू
16 bits.
16 bits. क्या करता था वो? It was 16 bytes. It was used for storing all the instructions. Line में instruction store करता था और वहां से decode होते थे और execute होते थे. So similarly in RISC architecture you have instruction cache which will be storing all the instructions for getting executed. And how much is the size of that instruction? It is 4k bytes. Okay, 4 kilobytes. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next we have is data cache, which is of 8 kilobytes. Data cache means अगर instruction cache में instruction है तो data cache में क्या होगा?
Data.
Data. So data cache is nothing but a data block which contains frequently accessed data either in the textual format or in the binary format. Okay. So this data cache will be having a data which will be accessed every now and then by the processor. And what will that data block have? It will have a data either in the form of text or in the binary format. Okay. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, apart from all this, data bus हो गया, address bus हो गया, IO bus हो गया, instruction cache हो गया, data cache हो गया. I also have MMU. What does MMU stands for?
Memory management unit.
Unit. Either my memory, that means this ऐसा memory will be in the form of pages or it will be in the form of segment. Why? Because we have two types of MMU, segmentation and paging. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Apart from this, what will I have? Bus control unit coordinates 64 bit of transfer between chip and outside world. तो RISC processor जो है उसके अंदर से बाहर means maybe external pen drive if you have attached, maybe external hard disk if you have attached. अगर उनके साथ communication करना है, so who is going to coordinate that communication? It will be coordinated by the bus control unit. And what is the size of that bus control unit? It is of 64 bits. So my internal CPU, which is RISC, can communicate with external devices by using a 64-bit of bus control line. Clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, the RISC integer unit executes. We have one more unit called as RISC integer. What is that going to do? It will keep on executing. It will load the instructions, store the instructions, fetch the instructions, control the instruction. Everything will be done by the RISC integer unit. Okay? Data load करना, execute करना, store करना, control करना, all this will be done by the RISC integer unit. Then we have two floating point controls. What are floating points? Do you remember? Second chapter में किया था. Data can be represented as floating point and fixed point.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो अगर RISC आर्किटेक्चर में कोई भी इंस्ट्रक्शन में अगर फ्लोटिंग पॉइंट डेटा है तो वो कौन हैंडल करेगा? अलग से उसके पास एक यूनिट है जो यूनिट का नाम है फ्लोटिंग पॉइंट कंट्रोल यूनिट. दैट यूनिट इज गोइंग टू हैंडल ऑल द फ्लोटिंग पॉइंट डेटा. क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Last we have a graphics unit. Why do we require this graphic? Why do we have graphics? Graphics किसको बोलते हैं हम?
और GUI?
No, not GUI. आपके स्क्रीन पे क्या दिख रहा है? आपको स्क्रीन पे कुछ दिख रहा है कि कुछ ब्लर है, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट है?
Yes, ma'am. Graphics.
Graphics. तो आप whatever you want to see, your monitor is called as graphics. Whatever you can see because you have the graphics unit, because you have your monitor. So the RISC architecture also supports a unit called as graphics, which allows a user to look inside the computer or to see whatever your computer provides you to see. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That is what is graphics unit. Understood? What is the RISC architecture?
Yes, ma'am.
So it has 9 units. Reduced instruction set computer, which executes the instructions which are very small in size, less than 16 bits. How the instructions are handled? The instructions are handled by these 9 units. And they can be executed at a very high speed, that is million instructions per second. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
We go to the last part, that is CISC. What is CISC? Complex instruction set. Abhi from the name only we can understand. एक reduce और easy था. C stands for complex. मतलब क्या? ये जो processor है वो क्या देखेगा? Only the instructions which are little complex, very difficult, very hard. Those type of instructions are executed by the processor called as CISC processor. Okay? So what all I had in RISC, उसका पूरा opposite I have it in CISC. उधर इंस्ट्रक्शंस छोटे थे, इधर इंस्ट्रक्शंस बड़े होंगे, उधर क्लॉक साइकिल कम लगता था, इधर क्लॉक साइकिल ज्यादा लगेगा, उधर इंस्ट्रक्शन का साइज छोटा था, इधर इंस्ट्रक्शन का साइज बड़ा होगा। क्यों? बिकॉज यहाँ पे सब कुछ कॉम्प्लेक्स है और उधर सब कुछ सिंपल था। अंडरस्टैंडिंग?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So CISC stands for Complex Instruction Set Computer. This approach attempts to minimize the number of instructions per program, but at a cost of increasing the number of cycles. मतलब क्या करेगा? भले ये instruction complex है, पर उसको तोड़ तोड़ के छोटा करेगा, simple करेगा, but वो एक instruction को execute करने के लिए उसको बहुत cycles लगेगी, जबकि ऐसा अपने रिस्क में नहीं होता था। क्यों? क्योंकि एक उधर इंस्ट्रक्शन ही छोटा था, तो उसको एक ही साइकिल में खत्म होता था। यहाँ पे इंस्ट्रक्शन बड़ा है, उसको हम डिवाइड करके छोटा छोटा इंस्ट्रक्शन बनाएंगे और वो छोटे छोटे को एक एक साइकिल में एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे। तो अगर मेरा एक इंस्ट्रक्शन 16 स्मॉल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड हो गया, तो आई विल रिक्वायर 16 स्मॉल cycles to complete that one instruction. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
अगर मैंने एक इंस्ट्रक्शन को 32 स्मॉल में डिवाइड किया, 32 स्मॉल पार्ट्स, so I will require that much number of cycles to complete that one instruction. Okay? So will the time taken by CISC architecture will be more?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why? Because I will take more number of cycles to complete the instruction. So we have complex instructions, hence decoding will also be complex. Instructions are larger than one word, that means larger than 16 bits. Cycle will be more. एक clock cycle में तो होगा ही नहीं execute, बहुत clock cycles लगेंगे उसको execute होने के लिए. Then addressing modes will also be complex and data type will also be more. Okay, so whatever was less over in RISC is more in the CISC. Okay, so let us see the example one. I have an example and we can see how the two approach, how the two processor can solve that example. Suppose if I have to add two 8-bit numbers. ये एक example है, दो 8-bit numbers को add करने हैं. Suppose 00000 8 bits plus 00000 8 bits. Just give me a minute. वो 5 मिनट में आ रही हूँ. I have addition of two 8-bit numbers 00000 plus 00000. ऐसे 8 bits के दो नंबर है, ये दोनों को मुझे ऐड करना है. तो अगर मैंने ये 8 bits CISC प्रोसेसर को दिया, तो CISC प्रोसेसर क्या करेगा? There will be a single command or instruction for this. CISC लिखेगा एक ही कमांड, add 0000 plus 0000, that is 0000, 0000. एक ही इंस्ट्रक्शन लिखेगा, बट ये इंस्ट्रक्शन को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए वो मल्टीपल सब इंस्ट्रक्शंस में ब्रेक करेगा. ओके, बट इफ आई गिव अ सेम थिंग टू रिस्क आर्किटेक्चर or to a RISC processor, what will do here? The programmer will write first instruction, load the contents 000, load the contents next 8 bit 000, add 00 plus 000 and then store the result. So ये क्या कर रहा है? CISC पहले से ये डिवीजन नहीं कर रहे हैं, पहले वो कॉम्प्लेक्स डेटा लेगा फिर डिवाइड करेगा, बट रिस्क क्या कर रहा है? पहले से ही डिवीजन कर रहा है. देयरफॉर टाइम टेकन टू लोड will be less, time taken to load next 8 bits will be less, time taken to add next 8 bit will be less, and time taken to store the next 8 bit will be less. Understanding? तो CISC ने पूरा एक ही डेटा, that means एक ही इंस्ट्रक्शन ले लिया add, बट RISC ने क्या किया? add को पहले लोड कर दिया दो बार, फर्स्ट 8 बिट लोड करो, सेकेंड 8 बिट लोड करो, फिर ऐड करो, फिर स्टोर करो. सो टू एग्जीक्यूट उसके पास 4 इंस्ट्रक्शन थे, बट वो 4 इतने छोटे थे कि उसने फटाक से कर लिया. बट CISC ने क्या किया? एक ही कॉम्प्लेक्स इंस्ट्रक्शन लिया, उसको उसने 4 में तोड़ा, फिर उसको 4 को अलग अलग साइकिल लिए टू कंप्लीट द एग्जीक्यूशन. अंडरस्टूड? यस और नो?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the difference? One, RISC has more emphasis on software, CISC has more emphasis on hardware. RISC can execute in single clock, CISC takes more than one clock. Instructions are small, instructions are large. Format जो है instruction का वो fixed है 32 bits. This keeps on varying, 16 bits, 64 bits, more than that also. Addressing modes are only 3 to 5, but here I have addressing modes which are more, maybe 12, maybe 22, maybe 24. Okay. General purpose registers are 32 to 192, but here I have 8 to 24. The processor operates at a speed of 50 to 150 megahertz, but this operates at a very less speed, which is 33 to 50 megahertz. Okay. How many cycles per instructions are executed? Less than 1.5. But here CPU cycles are between 2 to 15. Matlab it may take 15 cycles also to complete the execution. Okay, CPU control is hardwired, CPU control is micro-coded. Now this you will understand in the last topic of the chapter that we will be starting tomorrow. Okay, rest all difference is very clear. Everything is very easy in RISC, but same thing is difficult if it is CISC. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with this, we end up with the topic addressing mode and RISC and CISC architecture. Tomorrow, we'll complete the last topic of third lesson, that is design of control unit, where we will study this hardwire and microprogram. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's all for the day. You all can leave. We meet tomorrow. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have doubt regarding second chapter.
Can we see it in the tomorrow's lecture, because I have a meeting with principal at 2:15 and I'm already late by 5 minutes.
Okay, ma'am, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Recording.
Vijay.
मैम चली गई क्या? रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन है.
मैम चली गई शायद.
अटेंडेंस नहीं लिया.
अटेंडेंस भी नहीं लिया है.
अरे यार,
I am
मैं
present.
टेक्स्ट करूँ क्या मैम को?
तब लेफ्ट हो जाओ, अपने आप ही रिकॉर्डिंग स्टोर हो जाएगा ना.
पता नहीं.
हाँ,
हाँ,
मुझे
सबने
लीव
लेफ्ट
होते
हो
हुए
जाओ,
मैम को
सीएन
टेक्स्ट
ज्वाइन कर दो.
पहले सीएन ज्वाइन कर लो, फिर अपन देखते हैं.
CM नहीं CN.
अरे वही रही. तो क्या करे, लेफ्ट हो जाए.
हाँ.
हाँ लीव हो जाओ.